Good morning. I suppose it's technically Happy New Year, but I've never really felt as if doing New Year in the middle of a season felt right. I would think that the new year would begin, say, in March at the spring, like when things are actually new, or even at the beginning of the fall, and then have the first 6 months of the year be everything die off and then it come back again. But to have it in the middle of the winter, well, it's not the middle of the winter, it's only 2 weeks into the winter here, but it's just very weird. And honestly, I feel that it is a way to deplete the energy of the masses to help us, or to prevent us from manifesting. Like, by the time the actual New Year rolls around in March, people are worn out and they've already blown their New Year's resolutions and they're feeling like negative and all that. Of course, New Year's resolutions are just a way to set people up to feel bad about themselves. With any change, you need to make small steps, one thing at a time. Don't do anything too big because it'll be overwhelming and you'll get frustrated and blah, blah, blah. If you do want to change, that's great. What we do need to do collectively is focus on making our immediate worlds as peaceful as they can be. Get rid of toxic people, toxic situations. If you catch yourself thinking negatively, push it out of there and think something positive. Over time, your thought processes will change. If you catch yourself talking down to yourself, saying, I am worthless, or I am stupid, or anything like that, say, no, I'm not. And you got to reprogram. We got to reprogram ourselves. If things pop off and people start fighting, I think it's important to advocate that we not fight our neighbor, but we actually go against the people that are perpetrating these tyrannical regimes on the people. People like to comment on my videos and tell me that I shouldn't feel a certain way or that I shouldn't think a certain way, and that's really not the best way to approach somebody. If you don't feel the same way I do, share your feelings. I mean, that's cool, but I don't know. I mean, yes, I might get on here on YouTube and talk about a potential negative future outcome that could happen if we don't take control of our thoughts and if we don't start manifesting something better. Yes. Do I spend the majority of my day fixated on something negative or fixated on that? Absolutely not. I won't spend any more time today thinking about that kind of thing. And I think that's what's important. I mean, a lot of people are just sitting here and all day long thinking about doomsday or watching CNN and just filling themselves with fear. And it's then you're wondering why everything's going to crap around you. You're creating it, okay? I'm a little frustrated today. I get a check on the first of the month. It's a annuity from where my dad passed away. And it's just a little bit of spending money. It's only a couple $100, but it's what I use for spending money. And it's always come early. And it's not there. It's oh. And I really needed it this time because I spent all my money last month because of Christmas and having 3 kids. So I was really kind of hoping to have that today, and it didn't come. So that's kind of screwing everything up. But it is what it is. I can't do much about it. I'm hoping that Monday when I call, there's not some terrible problem with it or something. I mean, I don't know. It should go on their direct deposit. I don't have any idea. Other than maybe they forgot to run them. It's from the retirement section. It's not, I don't know. I think they have to manually key them in, but whatever. So I did a reading for the year of 2021 for the collective, and I pulled 3 cards. They were decent. I pulled the Fool, which means new beginnings. It's not a negative card. It's a positive card. New beginnings, and it can mean innocence and creating nice, new opportunities coming, newer opportunities coming along. And we need to be sure to, take advantage of those. It can also mean that standing in your own truth, which is really important for a lot of us right now. Now, pulled the Seven of Wands reversed, which means giving up. It means being exhausted. It means letting go of your old beliefs, though, as well. So it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I feel that it's showing that a lot of us, warriors, some of us have gone like gung-ho into this and like are wearing ourselves out. Step back, take a little time to relax, regroup, focus on your immediate self. Take the next month or something to focus on your immediate self, then try to go back to awakening the collective. You can't completely deplete yourself. I understand especially when you first wake up, like you get really excited to wake other people up, and when you find people that are like-minded and things, but you've got to take care of yourself first. And then the third card was Justice, which shows karmic lessons being played out. It shows the truth coming to light. It's it's a good indicator that, there are going to be some new beginnings after the truth comes out and things, but it's going to make a lot of people want to give up, and it's going to wear a lot of people out, and we just need to be mindful to take the time to relax, stay in the positive moment, and really try to fully engage in the moment. Be grateful for what you have. If you're having a hard time, seeing the good in anything, step back and think. One thing that I do, and any American citizen should be able to feel this way. There are billions of people in this world that have no access to clean water, that literally don't know where they're going to get something to drink other than going out and drinking it out of the mud hole. If there's a mud hole. Okay? There are billions of people in this world that have no access to food. If you are in the United States of America, there is a water fountain, and there is likely a soup kitchen if you're, in a relatively urban area. Nobody here has to starve, and nobody here has to go without water. Not to mention, if you have a roof over your head, and you have electricity, and you have the internet, and you have, Americans are so blessed, and they're so unaware. And if they don't start being more grateful for what they have, it's going to disappear. They're actively trying to make this place communist. You need to, I don't know. People need to get their heads out of their asses, too, at the same time. I'm not saying when you focus on your immediate world, that means becoming an egomaniacal person. You still need to have a service to others attitude, but you have to put service to yourself first in order to be able to service others properly. I do wish everyone a happy 2021, and be mindful of what you're creating. If you catch those negative thoughts, if everybody wants to make a New Year's resolution, if you catch those negative thoughts, stop them. And it also, if you have that voice in your head that it's basically like a negative internal dialogue that will tell you, that you're no good, or you're worthless, or this isn't going to work, or that is an etheric attachment, okay? That can be turned off. You need to meditate with the intention of ridding yourself of any malevolent energies. You do not consent to any malevolent energies residing within your vessel. And then you want to cut any etheric attachments to any kind of artificial intelligence, any kind of other consciousness other than the heart-centered consciousness. Repeatedly do this, visualize it happening, and I'm telling you, it'll make a big difference, or it has for me. Have a great day. Happy New Year.